the long-awaited return. After a lengthy business trip abroad, Jack finally sets foot back in his homeland. The journey home is not easy. The road is bumpy with sections under repair, but the excitement of seeing Tu Tien, his beloved, and his mother again dispels all fatigue. I'll probably get home around 4:30 or 5, he thinks to himself, trying to stay calm amidst the traffic and dust. He decides not to call Tu Tien in advance, wanting to surprise her with his return after so many days apart. In his suitcase, he carries small gifts, a book on medicinal herbs for Tu Tien and a special present for his mother, as tokens of his love and longing. At home, Jack's mother is tidying up, her heart filled with longing for her son. When the familiar sound of his car echoes from the driveway, she rushes out, her eyes lighting up as Jack steps out. "Are you tired, son?" she asks, her voice trembling with emotion. Jack smiles, though his face shows signs of weariness from the trip. "It's manageable, Mom. I missed you and home so much." Their conversation is simple yet warm, like an invisible thread reconnecting them after days of separation. His mother worries about his weight loss, but Jack reassures her, "You're just imagining it, Mom. My friends took great care of me, and the food was delicious." He talks about his trip, the things he learned, and his plans to expand his business. His mother listens, her eyes gleaming with pride and happiness. Tu Tien's yearning for family. Meanwhile, at a small farm not far from Jack's house, Tu Tien is busy preparing breakfast for her father. The man, over 60 years old with a simple, rustic demeanor, has just returned after many years away and now sits waiting for her on the porch. "Come have breakfast, Dad," Tu Tien calls, carrying a hot bowl of noodles with eggs. "You made so much," he chuckles, his voice tinged with surprise. "Just a little, Dad," she replies, her eyes sparkling with joy at being able to care for the father she had longed to see for so many years. Tu Tien grew up lacking family affection. Her mother passed away when she was young, and her father was lost in distant lands, trying to make a living. For years, she clung to vague memories and an old photograph. Now, here he is, right in front of her, like a miracle in her tumultuous life. "I just wish you could stay here with me for a long time," she whispers, her voice choked with emotion. He nods, but is honest. "If I'm not busy, I'll visit from time to time, but if there's work, I'll come back to the countryside for a few days and then leave again." Even if it's only for short periods, Tu Tien feels the warmth she has always craved. After breakfast, her father stands up, puts on the hat Tu Tien hands him, and says, "I'm going out for a bit. I'll be back in the afternoon." He plans to visit those who helped him find his daughter, to express his heartfelt thanks. Tu Tien nods and continues her work on the farm, tending to the pigs, feeding the chickens, gardening, tasks she has grown accustomed to, thanks to Jack's support. In her heart, joy mingles with longing for Jack, who has always been by her side during the toughest times. A journey of learning and new dreams. Jack sits down with his mother, recounting his meaningful business trip. "Going out there, I saw how they do business, and coming back, I know how to make the most of what I've learned," he shares. He was warmly welcomed by friends, who showed him around their company and production facilities, teaching him how they grew their business. "My friend has a huge company, Mom, and the climate there is so fresh. The food is great," he says enthusiastically, his eyes shining as he thinks about the future. He plans to start a small company, not too big, but enough to apply what he has learned. "I'll find a suitable location. Since our capital is still limited, I'll take it slow," he says, his voice full of determination. Jack's mother smiles, trusting in her son's abilities. "I have faith in you," she says, holding the cup of water he poured for her. She mentions Tu Tien, noting that she has seemed weary lately, perhaps due to some worry. Jack pauses, a wave of concern for his beloved rising in his heart. He decides to visit her that very evening, bringing the gifts and all the love he has carried with him during their time apart. An emotional reunion. As dusk falls, Jack drives to Tu Tien's farm. He steps inside, holding a roasted chicken he bought on the way and a small bag of gifts. Tu Tien is setting the dinner table when she looks up and exclaims, "Jack!" She rushes to him, tears streaming down her face as she embraces him. "I missed you so much," she sobs. Jack smiles gently, placing his hand on her shoulder. "I wanted to surprise you." At that moment, Tu Tien's father walks in from the backyard, holding some medicinal plants he had gathered in the village. "This is my father," Tu Tien introduces, her voice full of pride. Jack bows respectfully. "Hello, sir. I'm Jack, Tu Tien's boyfriend." The old man nods, a kind smile spreading across his face. "You just got back from your trip? Tu Tien has told me a lot about you." The conversation begins in a warm atmosphere. Jack talks about his trip, the help from his friends, and expresses his joy at Tu Tien reuniting with her father. "I once took Tu Tien everywhere to look for you, and now that you're here, I'm so happy," he says sincerely. Dinner is simple but filled with affection. Tu Tien serves the meal with fried spring rolls, garden vegetables, and the roasted chicken Jack brought. "Tu Tien is a great cook, sir," Jack compliments, offering the old man a spring roll. He laughs. "My daughter is skillful. At home, I rarely get to eat such delicious food." Tu Tien sits beside them, her eyes shining with happiness as she watches the two most important men in her life chat cheerfully. Plans for the future. During the meal, Jack and Tu Tien's father discuss the future. "I'm thinking of starting a company, applying what I've learned," Jack shares. The old man nods, impressed. "You have great ambition. I hope you and Tu Tien will build a good life together." Jack smiles, looking at Tu Tien. "I will always love and stand by her, sir." After dinner, Tu Tien's father excuses himself to visit a friend, leaving Jack and Tu Tien sitting on the porch. Jack pulls out several books on medicinal herbs from his bag and hands them to her. "I collected these during my trip. I know you love reading, so I brought them for you." Tu Tien takes the books, her eyes lighting up. "Thank you. I'll read them every day." They talk about the days he was away, the joy of her reunion with her father, and their dreams for the future. "I'll arrange to take you and your father back to your hometown, so you can meet your mother and family," Jack says, holding her hand tightly. Tu Tien nods, her voice choked with emotion. "Since I met you, my life has become so much better. Now with my father here, I feel like I have a complete family." Jack pulls her into his arms and whispers, "I'm lucky to have you in my life too." A connection of love. The story of Jack and Tu Tien is not just their own journey, but also a connection among simple people in a peaceful Vietnamese village. From Jack's homesickness, Tu Tien's longing for family, to the pride of Jack's mother and the gratitude of Tu Tien's father, everything blends into an emotional tapestry of kinship, love, and hope. Under the quiet night sky, the moonlight illuminates the small farm, where dreams are gradually taking shape, promising a bright future for those who have found each other after so much separation.